Hi guys, I'm here at Archipelago Breweries, famed for its fusion beers, its own special concoction of beer and local spices like Assam or tamarind. Now, instead of using their elaborate brewing methods, I'm going to show you how to make Assam beer right in your own home. You take a slab of Assam, cut off a little bit. Next up, you need of course the beer. Oh, before you put it in, right, because there might be a chemical reaction and things might happen, so safety first. This little bit here, in. Now you have to be patient and wait for the fusion of the ingredients. You can see the little bubbles. It's going to slowly come together and pop.
No, Andrew. We don't put it in the finished beer. We put it in before we ferment the beer.
But isn't this how Assam fusion beer is made?
Not really. I'll show you how.
I'm here with Brewmaster Fel Allen, and he's going to show us how to make beer here at Archipelago. Where did I go wrong?
Well, if you put the Assam in the finished beer, then people have to pick out the seeds, and that's not nice. So we'll put it in the whirlpool beforehand. And you're right, the Assam goes in the beer, but we also use things like lemongrass and ginger, and some beers have pandan leaf, and we even have one that has gula melaka. First thing we have to do is cut up all the spices, and that's all done by hand. We cut them up, chop them, and then we'll put them into the whirlpool. Very nice, huh?
So after we cut them up, we put them into this whirlpool thing.
Yeah.
Which is...
Here, I show you, it's over here. So Andrew, what happens is the malt comes in after it's crushed, we bring it in, and it drops into this vessel here. This is called a mash tun. It comes in, we mix it with warm water. The water releases enzymes in the grain. Those enzymes break down the long chain carbohydrates into simple sugars. And that's what we're after. And after the mash tun, what we do is we drain off all the liquid, and the grain husk is left behind and goes out for animal feed. The liquid comes over and we rinse out all the sugar, and then we'll bring it to a boil. And then we add hops, which are a bitter flour, and that kind of balances the sweetness of the malt. And at the end of the boil, we'll transfer over to the whirlpool over here, and that's where we put the spices in. And we make kind of like a tea mixture.
So after all this process, it's where we get to drink beer.
Oh yeah, that's the good part.
Let's go drink some beer. Right, so here we have one of the famed Archipelago beers. And what exactly is this?
This is the Traveler's Wheat Beer. Inside this has quite a bit of things. We have Assam.
Oh, tamarind, what we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Right.
It has the lemongrass that we were chopping up earlier.
Yes.
It has ginger,
Ginger.
coriander, and Chinese orange peel.
Serious?
Yeah.
All that in this beer.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that beer. And because of that, I think that beer, it pairs up very nicely with a lot of Southeast Asian food, because a lot of the foods have similar flavors in them. So with beer, the first thing you want to do is take a look. And you can see it's a very light beer. It has a light color. It's a little cloudy, and this gives you an impression of what's coming next. It's the same thing with wine. A red wine looks red, looks dark, looks beefy, and it's going to be. The next thing you want to do is, with a beer, you want to smell the aroma. Anytime you taste any product, smell is a very important part. The aroma plays a big part in it.
So this coming up, it's the...
This is our Trader's Brown Ale, and this is a beer, it's a kind of English-style brown ale, but in it we have added gula melaka and fresh ginger. The gula melaka are very common in desserts here, and I think it goes nicely with a brown ale. Ginger is used in quite a few beers, so ginger is a nice touch, makes it a little more spicy, easier to pair with some of the foods around here. This is the fermenter where the finished beer is. Straight's pale in this fermenter. So, you want to give it a taste?
Sure.
Okay, we'll give it a try.
Oh, don't worry about it. I've done it many times before. I used to work in a bar, you know.
You sure?
I am.
Okay.
It's easy. Hey, where are you going? Save the beer.